Welcome to I'm Your Target Demographic. It's Friday, which means it's fight day, and today we have a really interesting scenario. You are Beast Boy. If you don't know Beast Boy, his name is Garfield Logan, and he has the ability to change into different animals. Now, Beast Boy is often seen as one of the younger Teen Titans, maybe a little silly, so people have been not taking him very seriously. And villains in the DC universe don't care about him. And so you as Beast Boy need to prove yourself. So we're going to cover what Beast Boy can do, and then in the comments you're going to tell me what villain Beast Boy can find and take out in a one-on-one match. For this match you have every villain in both the Marvel and DC universe to choose from, but it has to be a villain. And also Beast Boy has advanced warning. He can seek out his person, he can do research, but they are completely unaware. So let's cover what Beast Boy can do. He can turn into any animal that he knows about, which includes dinosaurs, mythological creatures, so things like dragons and the phoenix. But the more kind of grandiose the creature, the less control he has over it. So things like dinosaurs, monsters, dragons, things like that are essentially wild. You know, the more he understands the monster and the creature, the animal, whatever, he is in control. But the less he knows and understands about it, the less he has control. He also gains any attributes that that animal has. So if he turns into a bird, he can fly. If he turns into a scorpion, he can sting, and he has, you know, that venom toxin. So whatever animal he turns into, he gains its attributes. So if he turns into something like a dragon, you can assume that he could breathe fire. He can also turn into combinations of animals. So either becoming this weird hybrid of two different animals, or becoming, you know, one animal but a completely different size. You know, so something like an ant, that's the size of a house. He can kind of play around with that. But again, the more kind of foreign it becomes, the less control he has over it. So who do you think is the most powerful villain that Beast Boy can find and take out on his own? Get creative, tell me what scenario, you know, how it happens and how he takes them out. He has something to prove to the villains of both the Marvel and the DC universe, so let's get creative. So let's talk about last week, where we had another guy trying to prove himself, and that was Kraven the Hunter. We had a lot of great comments. This is kind of a fun new twist on comic fights, so I'm loving it. A lot of people went the route of animal themed, right? So he is trying to hunt animals, so let's get King Shark, let's get Croc. You know, a lot of people had really interesting ideas along that route. Some people, you know, took out the strongest Justice League members, and they had interesting ways for how to do that. But I don't know if Kraven really can stand toe-to-toe with people like Martian Manhunter. I just don't know. He has some significant weaknesses, but I don't know. The most interesting probably choice here, and most probably realistic, was this thought by Daniel Bright. Green Arrow would probably be his best bet. He's a street-level hero with a lot of cred. He's a prominent member of the Justice League, one of the first to be recruited outside of the founding members, but is still relatively low-powered enough to be overtaken. Even with his experience and various gadgets on his side, I don't think Green Arrow would be able to keep up with Kraven's strength, agility, and tactical prowess. If Kraven catches him by surprise, i.e. a trap, it's hard to believe he would be able to successfully defend himself. So here we have a major Justice League character that Kraven could seek out and take out to prove himself. So that was a great thought by Daniel, but great thoughts all around by everyone. So show off that same sort of creativity here, and let's talk about Beast Boy, and we'll see you next week on Comic Fights.